the veteran roof giveaway, that was something that it kind of came about, not really planned. So again, we started COVID 2020.
Yeah.
Real slow start. And I was actually a veteran service officer in Morrison County.
Okay.
She actually reached out to me because she knew I was in the roofing industry.
Yeah.
Had a Vietnam veteran in Little Falls who had a leaking roof. Insurance wasn't covering it. He was in a real rough spot. Continually tarping blows off. That's not a long-term solution.
Right.
And basically she was like, I reached out to a couple different organizations and we're getting together some funds. We need someone to do the work. We're still short. We need to know how much it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I really appreciate and grateful that you thought of me, but at this point I put on 10 roofs under Higher Dimensions Roofing, so I'm like, we're like infant stage now.
Yeah.
We don't have a website yet.
Right.
And I'm like, well, I can at least come out there, look at it, kind of give you an idea of what it's going to look like.
Right.
When you get into leaking, usually it can get a little more extensive.
Oh, yeah.
Actually went out there, kind of figured out what it was going to take.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, what, like, if we can do this, on a Saturday, I'm like, I'll talk to my guys and my crews and see if, they're willing to, do a little extra something. And so they ended up coming up with enough for the material, and then we took care of the labor side of it. So the 11th roof we ever put on under Higher Dimensions Roofing was for a Vietnam veteran.
Nice.
And so that was just something, like I said, it kind of came up out of, it was just an opportunity that was there. I didn't know how we were going to pull it off, but we did. And that was, like I said, that was way back in 2020.
Yeah.
So since then, thankfully, we've grown the company. We built partnerships. So with Owens Corning Duration, we do enough volume and we install to what's considered recommended best practices, not just to bare bones, code minimum, right?
Right.
So Owens Corning, they've been around over 100 years. And so they've certified us as a platinum preferred contractor, which they reserved that to the top 1% of the market, of the people within the market. And through that certification process and the relationship we built with Owens Corning, I was able to approach them and say, hey, I'd like to start doing this again. We did it way, back in 2020.
Yeah.
So now every year Owens Corning will donate the material for us and we take care of the labor side of it.